Just a few. But first, the Clifton Cultural Arts Center is hosting the latest of its ongoing Sunset Salons programs, allowing the community to meet with experts on a number of topics, this time focusing on poetry. So joining us now is John Leo Muthing, Interim Executive Director for the Clifton Cultural Arts Center, and Laurent Che. We have your spoken word artist that's going to be at this event, also a panelist. So thank you both for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so John, first question for you. How did you guys decide to make this event happen, and kind of what was the inspiration for it?
Of course. So Sunset Salons has been going on for a few years, and at the end of every little conversation series, we ask the audience, what are some other topics you want to hear about? So we've talked about everything from coffee to board games to macrame and everything in between. And poetry has come up time and time again. So we finally decided we have to make it happen and reached out to our entire network and try to get some of the best poets in the region to come in and just be able to answer everyone's questions, things that you have always wanted to ask a poet or someone who studies poetry. You have deep questions and they'll answer them for you.
Yeah, one of my good friends in Cincinnati is a writer, and her and I were talking about going to kind of like an open mic night for poetry or a spoken word night. So it's very interesting that you guys came in today to talk about this. So you will be sharing some of your art with people. What do you do poetry in kind of an alternative way? Talk to us about your method and inspiration.
Yeah, so I am a spoken word artist and a speaker as well, but I also come from an advertising background. So I've been in the industry of advertising for 10 years as a senior copywriter, creative director, and somewhere along the way I kind of fused the advertising and the artistry, and now I kind of operate as the architect of brand anthems, using spoken word to kind of do storytelling for brands to kind of amplify their message and their missions.
I love that title, like
yeah.
Architect of
brand anthems.
Brand anthems.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay, so what do you hope that people get, maybe from your talk at this event, or just get from the event as a whole? People who come see it.
Yeah, honestly, the timing of it was great when they reached out about it. I know they're trying to highlight just poetry and the power of poetry, and I recently just released a book of poetry myself called Iron Insights, Enlightening Poetry to Enrich Your Perspective, and I think that poetry is just such a great way to illustrate life, and that's why I chose it to write about perspective, because perspective in and of itself requires you to kind of paint a picture to see things in a different way. So what I'm hoping that people take from this is understanding how it can be a great constructive outlet, and also sharing some insights from my book to kind of help them see life a little bit differently for some challenges they might be going through, and maybe kind of encourage them and uplift them a little bit as well.
I'm appreciating your perspective just in this short interview. And so John Leo, same question for you. What are you hoping that people maybe who are not familiar with poetry or are super into poetry, all ranges of people get from this event?
Well, I hope for the people who are not as familiar, I want them to kind of not have a fear of it. I think a lot of people see poetry and get like that it's not for them or something. So I want people to see that it's for everyone. And for folks who are very into it, we have the Poet Laureate of Cincinnati for this year, the Youth Poet Laureate, Laurent, all going to be there, so you can answer, like I said, any questions you have. They'll be there that can talk straight to you and answer your questions.
Okay, so let's talk logistics. Day, time, tickets. Where are we finding all of this information?
So you can learn it all at cliftonculturalarts.org. It is this Tuesday, November 18th at 6 p.m. Tickets are $10 if you buy in advance, or $12 at the door.
Okay, well, thank you both so much for coming in. And where can we find your book?
Yeah, so you can find it on Amazon.
Cool.
You just type in Iron Insights, Laurent Che, it should pop up, but also at my website, www.laurentchespeaks.com.
Okay, awesome. So a pleasure meeting both of you this morning.
Likewise.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Have a good day.
We'll send it over to Steph.